live the life beyond the boundaries we set on ourselves, to live and to run boundless, to be inspired, to achieve, to overcome the mountaintop in our life. Embrace the journey, become boundless.
Here we go. Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of the Live Run Boundless show. Today's guest is a personal one for me. I would not be doing Live Run Boundless if it were not for this man. His love and passion for running started in high school. When in his senior year and first year in high school, he ran the cross country and had an undefeated cross country championship team. And then in college, he was a 4-year letter winner in cross country, 4-time all conference, first team senior year. I know that's a lot. 3-time team captain, 3-year team MVP, most valuable player or person. Well, understand. After that, the life of running take him across many different states from Hawaii to New York, 18 states to be specific. Beyond all his accomplishment, he's my coach and to many others in San Diego running community. He's a friend and mentor that I'm grateful to have him be part of my life at the right moment, the right time. And to have me start my own journey of running and fall in love with running and the training, the work, the tough time, and the joy of embracing every aspect of the running life. So his passion for running turned to my passion for running and helped me to succeed and be transformed. So our family, welcome my coach, the coach, Coach Tony, Antonio Murcho. All right, I got to probably pronounce the last name around. But how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. Kenny. Thank you for the invite and for having me on.
Yes, the definitely. So tell us a little bit about your life before running. You know you running, know you got the coach, but just growing up in Wisconsin, you got the Badger hat on.
Representing.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh well, I grew up in Wisconsin from age 5 through age 35. So I was there 30 years.
Okay.
Half my life.
Yeah.
Grew up in the same little town my whole life. A little town where everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
One street light.
Oh yeah, I can relate.
That kind of town,
Yes.
But maybe a little same size as from your town that you grew up in South Carolina.
Yeah, definitely.
And everybody knows everybody. But my dad got a job in a local foundry there and settled down there just as I was ready to start school in kindergarten, and there we went.
All righty.
Hey, Erin.
Hey.
Oh, she's muted.
Your mic. Oh, there you go. Hello.
Hey, Erin. How you doing?
Good. Long time no see, Tony.
I know you want to jump in. Maybe you have a question for Coach. Do you have a question?
How long have you been coaching now, Tony?
There you go.
I belong to the old Bonita Roadrunners when I first got down here in Chula Vista back in 1999.
Oh, wow.
And I joined the club. Yeah. And little by little, I was involved with the club in various aspects. From president, vice president, secretary, race director,
nice.
And an unofficial club coach.
Yeah.
One day I was approached by 2 of my club members and said, "Hey, would you help us train for the Carlsbad 5000?" I said, "Sure." We're out here running. So that's what got me going, and they went from there. And I started picking up more and more people. People come and go. And I enjoy it. I love seeing people meet their goals, improve, accomplish something they didn't think they could do, whether it's running a 5K or running a marathon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
15, 20 years, somewhere in between there.
Awesome. Yeah. So, Erin, how did Coach Tony impact you and the way it means to you?
So when I met Tony, I was introduced to Bonito Roadrunners through another friend, Noelia, our friend Noelia. And I was just getting back into running. I think I had maybe been back into it for a year.
Okay.
So I ran like my entire youth. So I did track meets in elementary school, ran in middle school, ran cross country in high school, and track in high school, and then also did a little bit in D3 college. But I had gotten burnt out and really had left it. And then when I came down to San Diego for grad school, like I wasn't running at all because I was just stressed out of my mind. And actually, really running was what I needed to be doing the most. But by the time you've taken that many years off and maybe put on weight and are stressed out, like it's a journey getting back into it. And so I think I had been running a little bit, but when I got to running with the club and where Tony was coaching, it kind of helped me get back on track and sort of help find, the joy in being able to train, like actually train for a race instead of just doing the bare minimum of, okay, I'm doing 5 miles here, five miles there, but not actually doing any speed work or tempo work. And I remember when I started, we had a big group then. I remember big group of women all about the same age, all about late 20s running together.
Wow.
And because there was Isabel, Daisy, Noelia, Leanne, Marcia, all of us were about the same age and varying levels of speed, but fast enough to be able to train with each other. And I remember we would go out and do interval work together. That and it was a lot of fun. It made it fun to be able to do interval work because interval work can sometimes not be fun. I also remember when I started, I think my fastest half marathon time at that point was like 2:04. And I wanted to be able to break 2. And I remember Tony helped coach me through being able to break 2 hours and going from 2:04 to I think like 1:53. The first time I broke for 2.
That's a nice drop.
Yeah.
That's almost a minute per mile. Nice.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Tony had that kind of impact, on everyone. So it's definitely, and I just going to just Coach Tony his journey, the process of your journey to become a runner. So I want to know, probably most everybody want to know, was you always a runner, like as a kid growing up?
I think, I had the normal kid, growing up experience where, you're outside playing all the time, whether it's you're riding your bike or running around and you have your friends that you get together with and so on. And like I said, growing up in a small town, everybody knows everybody. And it just happened to be in a small town I grew up in. There was about 5 or 6 Mexican families, and a bunch of kids about my age and so on. Some a couple older, a little bit older, and we would gather together all the time and just play together and pick up baseball games, basketball games, go swimming, whatever. And funny thing is, and I'll allude to it a little bit later, but 2 of those guys were brothers, and they ended up being on a state championship team with me.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow. That's great.
My understanding is I don't think you've ever been paid as a coach, Tony.
That you know what? I have been paid in other manners. Okay. I've been paid in seeing how you guys as my runners and so on, the joy of you guys accomplishing something, of you guys coming and showing up at 6 o'clock in the morning, to do a workout, organizing, going to a race and going and seeing you guys, take on your challenge and maybe you hit your goal, maybe you don't, but knowing that you give it your best. And that to me is payment. Okay, monetary payment. It's no. I've never asked for. I never require it. I do it because it's a pleasure for me to do, and I like, sharing my knowledge and my experience. Hopefully, I try to get you guys to learn from my mistakes, and it's just a joy, and to know that each individual that I have worked with and so on, they're all different.
Yes.
I've learned one thing is not everybody's the same. So you can't coach everybody the same. You have to really get to learn the individuals. And, there's some, like, I'll give examples, like you, Erin, and like Isabel and Noelia, you guys ran in high school, you guys ran in college. So you understand when I come up with a workout and say, hey, okay, we're going to be doing, intervals, we're going to be doing a tempo run, we're going to be doing hill repeats and so on. You guys understand what that is. And when I say, well, let's do it 70% effort, 80% effort. Whereas a lot of the individuals have come to me, started running in their 30s, started running in their 40s. Okay. They never ran in high school. They never ran in college. So to them, it's like, what's a tempo run? What's an interval?
Yeah.
How do I learn? How do they learn pace? And that's something where if you ran from, in school and in high school or college and so on, you get to learn about pace. Some people never learn pace, okay? But those that never did that, it's something, it's hard to teach them. But when they finally grasp it, it's like, oh, wow, okay, so you want me to do, yes, yeah, I understand now that. And why are you doing it at this pace, okay? Because you're learning to feel what it feels like to run at a certain pace, whether it's a 5K or 10K or a half marathon or a marathon. Obviously, you're not going to run as fast. And that's why I also have, little trial runs and so on, so you can get used to that and so on. And what I really love about our group is that everybody's supportive of everybody. I really enjoy that. That really brings people together, and it just makes running that much more enjoyable. So
awesome. Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Question, but that was the question was going to be is, you don't get paid for this. So what is it that keeps you wanting to coach? I guess the flip side of the question then is like, what's the most challenging part of coaching?
Wow. I think the hardest part is when you have someone who just doesn't grasp it, but you can see a potential in an individual, and they always do everything the wrong thing. They don't listen, and what I also try to do is not only help you improve your running, but to keep you from getting injured. And because I know that there's individuals who they feel they have to go hard every day.
Yeah.
You do that, yes, you're going to improve in the short run, but in the long run, you're going to end up with injury after injury after injury, so that's frustrating. Is when you have someone like that can't grasp that, and they're always frustrated because I'm always hurt and I can't, and just try the best you can. Try the best you can.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's a process. There's a process. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And so I'm going to go kind of back and forth with this, and then taking it back, in the past, high school and things like that. So you didn't start running till your senior year or your first cross country?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Okay.
Cross country, my senior was the first year I ran cross country.
First year, okay then.
But I ran track my sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Okay.
Okay, I ran track.
I got you.
But see, I was one of those. I wanted to be a football player.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All 5'4", 120 pounds of me wanted to be a football player.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
With no speed. Okay, no speed, no skills, but.
Oh.
Well, that was the thing back in the Midwest. I'm from Wisconsin. And, you got to play football in the fall, and you play baseball in the spring, and whatnot. But and I had no like my dad never played sports, and I was the oldest of my brothers and sisters, so I had no one ahead of me to show me or what to do and so on. But I started running my sophomore year in high school in track.
Okay.
And then my junior year in track, we got a assistant coach who was his job was to be a distant coach, and he convinced my best friend, the one I mentioned to you earlier, to come out for track instead of baseball. He was a year behind me because he had run cross country his sophomore year, and he was their number one man as a sophomore, and so he convinced him to come out for track, and he basically took him under his wing, and I just latched on, and I improved. I improved from my sophomore year to my junior year. I improved, and then he got him and myself, his brother, he converted. We got him to quit football too.
Yes.
And come out for cross country. So that summer before my senior year, he had 4 or 5 of us running all summer together, and he'd run with us probably 2, maybe sometimes 3 days a week. He'd come and run with us and go through the paces. But he would also tell us to build our confidence. Oh, you guys, you're doing this. You find this other individual. You need 5 people on your team. You have to go out and recruit. I'm in a small high school.
Yes.
Small high school. I'm talking. Our whole high school was barely over 400 students.
Oh wow.
Okay, so we're not one like these big high schools out here. They got 1,500, 2,000, whatever students, and you got so many athletes and so on. So every sports team is fighting for players. The high school, you got your juniors and seniors playing varsity football. Then you got your sophomores, the JV team and the freshman team. What does that leave for cross country? We actually had just 14 guys, 14 runners out for cross country. So 7 varsity and 7 JV. Yeah. No girls team. Okay, so that coach, he got it in our head to run all summer together, and we made a pact that we were going to try and run 500 miles that summer. That seemed like a lot, back then. 500 miles. And so we did, and we even got little shirts that said 500 mile club. But he's the one that built up our confidence and got us to train together, and little by little, we got the ball rolling.
Okay, that's great. So like the first year you're going to do cross country in high school. Also, you're part of like the undefeated championship team also, cross country. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how was that for you? Experience that?
It's something you never forget.
Okay.
I couldn't tell anything about my freshman year, sophomore year, junior football, other than I never got to play.
Yeah.
That year, oh my gosh, it was like a dream season that coach had, drilled it in our heads that we could be good running, a good team and so on. And he says, if you guys could be conference champs, and if you're lucky, maybe you'll go to state. And so we had our core group of five individuals, plus we had a dark horse that came in. It was a freshman. He was honestly, he was probably our best runner the year we won state, but he was a freshman, so he wasn't mature enough to understand the dedication it took to be up there. And but little by little, this is fun. Hey, we won. Yeah. We got a trophy for the team. Yeah, we each got little medals for individual placements. So that was cool. And then our next meet was a big, I think like 20 team invitational.
Yeah.
And we took 3 of the top 6 guys in the meet, and our next 2 guys were in the top 20. So we won by over 70, 80 points. And
wow.
He's like, okay, well, that was different. And that was a big meet, another trophy, and then just a little bit, but we kept winning. We kept winning. I actually found my old high school. At the end of the year, our coach gave us like a mimeograph results pages for all the meets and so on, how we did and our individuals and so on. And I noticed over that we had a core group where we started.
Here, Coach,
like
hold it to that.
Our first meet.
I got another guest. I got another guest for you.
Not another guest.
I got another
Oh my
guest for you,
gosh.
Coach. Hold it to that, John. Hold it to them. I got another guest.
Oh, you got Gene.
Yes, yes.
It must be midnight over there, or it might
know,
be,
must be.
in the morning time over there.
I know. Yeah, so we'll watch
gosh.
wait to come on.
There she is.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna be on camera though.
Oh, probably not. Gene, can you hear me? Chaos? You hear me? I know you can hear us now. But you go, fan. With Gene,
Well, I was just gonna say that I in the results, there was a lot of our first meet, our top five guys were about like a minute 20 apart from our first finisher to our fifth finisher for our scores.
Yes.
By the end of the year, we were like less than 30 seconds apart.
Yes. Okay.
Less than 30 seconds apart. And so, matter of fact, one of my teammates, the only other senior, I think, because two of us were seniors, he started the year. He improved. Oh my gosh, he improved by the time his first meet. He was like 17:30 or so for 3 miles, and by his state meet, he was 16:20.
Okay.
So he got lopped up quite a bit, and he ended up being our fifth man. And he actually, I think towards the end, he was the one that kept improving and closing the gap. So, matter of fact, it's a funny story. Okay, so this is our senior in high school, 1978. Just shows you how old we are. Okay, so his brother was individual state champion the year I was born.
Oh wow!
18 years earlier, his brother was an individual state champion.
Okay.
So that is in his blood.
Yeah.
So his brother was individual state champion. I guess he would have won the second year. He got second, but he got beat by some international student that was going to a school in Wisconsin.
Yes. Oh man, that's funny.
So,
yeah, that's cool. Hello, Gene.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to hear you.
Hi, Gene.
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Doing good. Yes. So right now, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
So right now, I just interviewed Coach Tony. And so,
yeah,
so definitely. So do you have something you want to say to tell Coach?
I think since I started hiking 2 years ago, I think now I'm a very different runner than before, because now I have a lot more experience with hills and steps, and of course trail, and because I do that almost every day. Sometimes I even do it twice a day. So I'm actually a lot more resilient.
Nice. Cool. And man, the reason why y'all probably can't see Jean's face, because maybe she's in Hong Kong, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, you cannot see?
No,
you're not on video.
I don't have video. Maybe I'm not sharing it, huh?
So that's okay. That's okay. That's cool. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So Coach.
Yeah. You guys go ahead. Let me take a look. Okay.
No, that's okay. All righty. So Coach, so you went from high school and then to college, University of Wisconsin.
And at Platteville.
Huh?
University of Wisconsin at Platteville.
At Platteville. Okay, I got to get that right.
just like Erin, I was of a Division III.
Oh, Division III.
Yeah, no athletic scholarships.
Oh wow, no athletic scholarship. Oh man, so you had to work your way,
Financial aid.
Yeah. And then you had a successful college career, So tell us about your experience in college. just the accomplishment and all that, and what that meant to you.
Well, having only run one year of high school cross country, I didn't end up going to a college for running per se, so that I was recruited by this school to go run at their school.
Yes.
I was recruited very little because I only run 1 year of high school cross country.
Yeah.
And so I went to that school for, well, my high school counselor said, oh, you could go into engineering.
Yeah.
Engineering was not for me. But so when my visit there, I went to visit the coach, and he never heard of me.
Yeah.
He didn't know anything about me.
Yeah.
And when I show up, half the team, which is only 10 runners at this school, half the team is freshmen.
Okay.
So, and my going in, went from high school, back then we ran 3 miles, and then in D3 we ran 5 miles. So it's going to increase of 2 more miles.
Okay.
And so that summer heading in, still running with my high school teammates, but I was running a little bit extra because I got to run 5 miles.
Okay.
And my goal was hopefully to make the varsity team, if I could make the varsity team. And with only 10 runners, well, I should be able to make the varsity team.
Yeah.
And to my surprise, I ended up being the #1 man all year.
Oh, wow.
Because our team was really, really bad.
Yeah, okay. Well, hold it to that thought, Coach. And got some old people want to come in, want to join the fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay.
Isabel.
It's Isabel.
Isabel. Hello. How you doing?
Good.
Welcome.
Hola, Isabel.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah. And so Isabel and I interviewed Coach. So do you have a question for Coach? Do you want to tell what Coach meant to you? How did Coach impact your life, Isabel?
Oh, he impacted my life in so many ways. I mean, he was a mentor for me. I mean, since the beginning, I joined the group. He's not only a friend, but also I would consider him as a family member too. He's such an amazing guy. I mean, he has done, what would I say, beyond and helping me.
Yes, also.
Hi, Carlene.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Are you still walking?
Huh?
Are you still walking?
No, I need to.
Oh, you got to get out again.
I know.
Join us Mondays and Wednesday mornings. I mean, it is 6:30 right now, but we walk on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Oh, cool. At Roar?
At Hans and Harry's Bakery.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. So
we'll get you going again.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Well, but definitely, Coach. So you say your college team were kind of terrible. So during your full year, did they approve?
Well, not that my college team my first year was terrible. We were all, half of us were freshmen.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And I'll be honest, my college coach was not a distance coach.
Okay.
He was a 400-meter man in high school and college, and so.
Yeah. Okay.
But we each year we got a little bit better.
Yeah.
Each year we got a little bit better. And by my junior year, we had a good core group. We had at least about 20, about double the amount of runners out, maybe 25. And that's when we started. My best friend from college, he joined me my junior year because he'd gone the equivalent of community college in Wisconsin back there for his first 2 years. So he came along, and I finally had someone to push me. And by my senior year, we had 40 runners out, so from 10 my freshman year to 40 made a big difference. And with my one of my teammates from my freshman year, him and I were co-captains for like the last 2 years. So we took it upon ourselves to actually set up the training. So actually, you could say my coach started back in college. Him and I set up the training for the coach. He just managed us. He oversaw, okay, he did that. He went out to wherever we were doing our training. He would time us and so on, but he didn't set up our workouts and so on. But so we would do it. Yeah. We would set up the workouts. And so by my senior year, we went from a team my freshman year that was dead last in conference that we qualified for nationals as a team my senior year.
Okay.
And so I think that's a great accomplishment for not just myself, but for my team, my teammates, because it's something that we worked really hard towards. And it just helped to have individuals who were just as dedicated to improving. And my co-captain, he had run cross country in high school. Yeah, he was a baseball player. We converted him from a baseball player to a cross country runner. So that by our senior year, he was running probably two and a half minutes faster in his freshman year for 5 miles. Okay. So he improved quite a bit, and he actually made our conference runner of the week one time. So awesome. We got to be, and so that was, going from that last freshman year to qualifying for nationals as a team. That was a great experience.
Awesome. Well, I like that. So I guess somebody else want to come in, I believe.
Jean again. There she is.
Hey, Jean. Yes. Also. And I got to go.
Oh, can you guys see me?
Yes.
And then Tina, Mama Tina.
Oh, it comes Tina.
Yes. Mama Tina, you here?
Yay.
There she is. Hi, Tina.
You got a mic off. Yeah.
I'm using the iPad.
Okay, that's cool also. Yes. Tina just got her turn mic on. Okay, Dan.
No. I totally I was busy doing my own personal stuff, and then I looked at the clock.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you look good. So I got some people here. Some of the people who Tony impacted to running in life. So Mama Tina. So you probably know Coach Tony the longest out of everybody, maybe. I think. I don't know. How had Coach Tony impacted you?
I actually kind of joined the team in 2008 because I was looking for a team, and I was thinking maybe I could become better or something. I always thought that all these other ladies were fast, and I know I had the determination and the competitive edge, but I just needed some guidance, and that's when I found the former Bonita Roadrunners and got to know Tony, and he started me on a path of being, it helped me got me up to some, a little better than I thought I would be.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good to hear. Yeah. So, Coach, he really shaped all our life when it comes to running. Definitely make a big difference. And so my next question, Tony, just running. I had taken you all over the U.S. What are some of your favorite race destinations that you enjoy the most, or had you like?
Well, I've been to Hawaii once. I ran a race in Hawaii.
Okay.
My gosh, it's almost 30 years ago already. I got to go back. It was one of the biggest races numbers wise, the President's Day weekend, the Aloha Run. It's 7.4 or something like that. Starts at the Aloha Tower and finishes inside Aloha Stadium. That was an experience, and something like 30,000 people.
Wow.
And funny thing is, I ran against a future club member with Bonita Runners that he was in the Navy.
Okay.
I know Tina knows them, and Isabel knows them, and I think Erin, you might know him too. Arno Sis. and he was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
He was in the top 10.
Oh, wow.
And so, but I didn't know that until looking through the results one day that I had from my scrapbook. I said, "Hey, I know that guy."
Yeah.
You'd be surprised some of the people you run into, or through names you run. You didn't know that you ran with in the same race with someone, and you didn't know them. I found some old race results from high school, and I noticed that I had run against some future teammates in college. I didn't know I had run against them in a road race. Oh, hey, I ran against them at that time. So,
that's cool.
But so
yeah. So how has running shaped your life? How running shaped your life?
Well, it's given me the opportunity to meet some great people, make some great friends, to travel to some of the country. Gave me, not, like I said, not directly the opportunity to work on my education, because I didn't go to school to run.
Yes.
But running was a big part of it.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd have been as successful in college if I didn't have that. I went to a small college,
yes.
5,000 students.
Yes.
One of very, very small minority group of students, and we're like less than 200 in the school of 5,000. So running gave me friendships in college, some which I still keep in contact with. It's give me an opportunity to mainly just to meet some great, awesome people, and to be able to develop some great friendships.
Okay. Awesome.
And still continue on. And every now and then I get a new runner to coach and so on. Thank you, Tina.
Cool.
So and it's something that I know that as long as our bodies hold up, that we can do for a long time.
Yes.
It's a long time. And my group of people that I walk with on Mondays and Wednesdays mornings, I'm the youngest.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I'm the youngest, and I'm going to be 60.
Oh, nice. Oh, man.
So they motivate me.
Oh, that's great.
They motivate me to keep going and to stick with it if they can. Yeah. And one of the things that I've learned, that you have to be able to adapt.
Yes.
To be able to adapt to your situation and so on. Eventually you can't run like you used to. You can't run as many miles as you could. You can't run as fast as you could. But you have to stick to it. You have to be active. Especially during this time that we've been going through these last 10 months. Granted, you don't want to be out there with big groups and so on, but at least get out there and get your exercise in, get your fresh air in, and then get home. Like I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have been working, except for those of you that are retired, have been working, from home on the computer all day. That gets monotonous. You got to break away from that. So it's hopefully something we can keep doing until the end.
Yes. So anybody got a question for Coach? You want to ask?
I'll ask a question.
Okay.
What's your favorite level of athlete to coach, and what is your favorite distance that you like to coach?
That's a tough question, Tina, because I like coaching all levels. I guess I like being able to coach individuals who've had experience in running, because I mentioned this earlier that people like yourself and like Erin and Isabel, who ran in high school, ran in college, they understand more the terminology and behind the different training programs that I put out there and so on. So I enjoy that, especially when they stick to the program and learn from it. And again, I'm always asked to say, ask questions. If you don't understand something, ask questions, and I'll try and help you out and as best as I can. But I also like, people who come in who've never run before, and it's a whole it's like a whole new book. And from every individual that I've helped and coached and trained, I learned something. I learned something from them that, okay, well, this worked, this didn't work, and this, and you just learn. You need to learn to be able to work with their personalities and their characters and so on too. It's just something that is enjoyable to see these individuals succeed.
I know what Gene's like. Read early in the morning, at night, Gene?
Here?
Yeah.
It's not early. It's around 10:45 in the morning.
Oh,
actually, it's really good.
Okay, so
yeah, it's a good time,
Okay, so what have you learned from Coach that helped you during your time as a runner and just being in Hong Kong right now running? How did Coach help you out?
I actually learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
I met Coach Antonio back in 1997.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yep, 1997, I met him.
I remember that first marathon you did, okay?
I know, you were
I remember because I waited around for you to finish. I waited around for 5.5 hours for you to finish.
I know, you worry about me killing over and be on the news.
I put on my own virtual 5K for my birthday.
Oh, how cool!
But I kept it low key. I kept it low numbers. And so I also had a Thanksgiving one, a virtual 5K, but again, I kept it low key.
Yeah.
Mask required.
Right.
But but once we get out of this, we'll be going hopefully back to being able to go run at races and so on. So that's another one of the things I liked about our group and so on is that we would have what I call mini race vacations. We pick a half marathon here and there, and through that we've gone, Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Utah, Nevada, pretty much the West Coast. We did a lot of that. So I would organize a lot of these trips, organizing the hotels, the transportation, involved with that and so on. So, but we haven't done that in a while because of what's been going on for the last year. And the fact that I haven't really been able to really run that much anymore. I'm coming up on 7 years post hip replacement in March. At the end of March, it'll be 7 years since I had my right hip replaced. So hasn't slowed me down. So, but as far as getting out there, it slowed me down as far as pace, but and hopefully that encourages other people to be out there also, not let things like this slow you down.
Definitely.
I know a couple other people who also had their hip replaced, and I'm glad to see them out here also.
Awesome.
Here and running. A couple other individuals I know here in San Diego recently had their hips replaced too. And so it makes a big difference. But one of the things that for me is trying to run mostly trails. Most of them are running on trails because it's a lot more forgiving than being on pavement, cement, and so on. So really enjoy trail running and exploring different trails and so on. So I kind of incorporate hiking, walking, running into some of my runs because some of these trails, it's kind of hard to run because they're pretty damn steep. Like out that Mission trails, the various trails out there, there's some pretty tough hills there. But if you ever think of running the Avalon half marathon, okay, I recommend you go to Mission Trails and train up and down those hills.
Okay.
3 times a week.
Okay.
It might get you ready for the Avalon half marathon.
That
was, wow. It was an experience. It was hard. It was the hardest half marathon I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
And from about 3/4 of a mile to 1.5 is pretty much uphill.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I know. I got that probably, because the next question going to probably be about what the toughest obstacle in life you had to climb and get over. Now, probably, I would say probably the hip surgery, had to get over the hip surgery and just going through that process, maybe.
You do?
I think for me, one of the hardest things for me was going through my divorce.
Okay.
So, because that's the reason I'm here. I'm here in San Diego.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
My ex-spouse, I found her a job here in San Diego, and of course, I got my job in Wisconsin and moved out here.
Yes.
But lucky for me, I found a good job.
Okay.
Which I've been at I'm starting my 24th year now.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay. But it's the end of the tunnel, the light, I can see it already.
Yes.
So, but I would say that has probably been in recent, probably the hardest thing for me.
Okay.
But running was a big part of helping me get through that.
Okay.
Running and my running friends was a big part of helping me get through that.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what does it mean for you just to be part of this running community, for so long? Just what does it mean for you?
Well, I think I've already touched upon it.
Yeah,
it's just the friendship and the relationships that we've developed. Okay, not just myself. Let's just look at the spectrum of individuals you've had on here.
Yes.
The support that we get from each other. I think that in running, if you were to go and let's say move to another part of the country and so on, and you look for a running club or running group and so on, it wouldn't be too hard to start developing a relationship there also,
Yes.
because you have that thing in common.
Yeah.
And for the better part, I know, found that people that run tend to be good people, approachable individuals and so on, because you're going through a common journey, especially those who run marathons and so on.
Yes.
Train for marathons. They've gone through all the weeks of training,
yes.
The ups and downs.
Yes.
Like Tony said, he was training me. I'm not training for any race, so it's different times. But I remember when Tony was training us, and we used to run like on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
Tina and I, we were competitive with each other. Remember that time, Tina? I think it was 2012. I think we were kind of competing to win a prize at the end of the year, and runner of the year. And so, and here Tony is training us, both of us. So, and it was, we had our really good times.
Didn't we tie?
We did. I think we did. Tony's, I mean, like Tina said, since I joined the team, Tony has been there for, I think, for both of us. And I'm still, I haven't seen them right now, but we still keep in touch. And we had run together, and I'm not racing any more races, but yeah, Tony has been there for good times, bad times, and helping us both on training and competing with each other, Tina and I, even though we were in different category age, but for the runner of the year in Bonita. So that was a good one, Tina.
That was good. That was fun.
Yes.
That's great to hear. Just how running, how coach, how you bring everybody together. I mean, you train a lot of people, you coach a lot of people, you help so many people. And like I said before, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. It wasn't you're important part of the process, allowing me to be where I'm at right now, in country running and doing what I'm doing right now. And so I'm indebted to you. And so I decided, don't forget, so I come to you just trying to lose weight. And when I didn't know I would have fallen in love with the running like I did, in that process, trying to lose weight.
Well, Kenny, it's been a pleasure and a joy to see you be where you are, considering where you started. For you, and you just dedication, sticking to it. That's just that's what it takes.
Yeah. Yes, I appreciate it. I appreciate support. Definitely.
And as you know, with me, it's pretty much positive, a positive reinforcement.
Yes.
Positive reinforcement.
Yes.
I strongly believe in that. People have to hear positive reinforcement. They have to hear encouragement, and even when they have a bad day, I try to find something positive from it. Race didn't go quite as you expected, didn't reach your time, didn't reach your goal, whatever. I always try to find something positive from it, that you learn something positive. So take something positive away from it. You can't always win. Can't always win, break a record and so on. Those days are long gone. But you have new goals. New goals to set. Try and reach and so on. As you hit a new age group, hey, you got a clean slate. You can start with new goals for that new age group. Right, Isabel?
65, baby, 65.
40.
60.
That's right.
That's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think that Tony, if I ever ask him again, if he would coach me again, he would be happy to do it. Like he mentioned before, he saw me since I started running with Bonita. I mean, like he said, I used to run in high school, and I used to do a lot of soccer. So, but he knows that I used to stick to my training. That if they would invite me to hike, I would say no, because Tony doesn't want me to do hikes. He has to set up for me, and I would just do what he would put in my training.
Okay.
So I think that if I ever ask him again to train me or anyone, he will not say no. He would say yes.
Okay. That's
Kenny, Manuel.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And a while back, he hasn't been running much since he's had his pacemaker issues and so on. He's still out there trying. But I remember one day, he started right before he turned 40. He started running with us.
Oh, wow.
And I remember seeing him running around Roar Park on his own.
Yeah.
I looked at him, and you can't judge a book by its cover, because you would look at him and it was, oh my God, this guy's fast. Tall, he's lean, he's got those long legs, but he didn't know anything about running. He had just started running. He didn't know anything about running.
Wow.
And I remember him telling me one time that when he ran his first race was the Bonita 5000, he went out the day before and ran it hard because he wanted to make sure he could run it, not knowing that the race was the next day. So that, that was lesson learned.
Yeah.
But I remember one time we were running, just doing a training run, and I asked him one day, say, Manuel, you've been with me for such and such time now, running and being trained and so on. What's the most important thing you learned through all this? And he's thinking as we run along, and I'm expecting him to say, oh, speed work, your long run, hill repeats, something like that. That was the most important thing that he learned as far as running goes. And he surprised me when he says, you know what? When you have an easy day scheduled, you need to take an easy day. And that is so true.
Oh, wow.
Because if you don't take those easy days, like I said, in the short run, you'll get improved.
Yeah.
In the long run, you're not get hurt.
Oh,
not everybody has an iron body that doesn't break down. Those people are far and few and rare. Okay? Yeah. But you need to incorporate your recoveries in there. Take some time off, or back off, or do some more walking instead of running.
Yeah.
But that to me that was a pleasant surprise. That's what he picked out was the most important thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. He learned. Oh, that's great. That just it may be great, having this time with you and with everybody else.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I got one final question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your boundless thought or motivation?
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I thought about that, and I think it's don't be afraid of change.
All right.
Okay. Don't be afraid of change. Change could be for the better part.
Yes.
And just stay positive and just keep at it.
Okay then. Awesome. Don't be afraid of change.
Don't be afraid of change. Stick with it. Stay positive.
And keep at it.
And have a good community around you of fellow like-minded individuals.
Yes. Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Yes, it does. It does. Yes. They just run a thing. The community took me. It took me far, and I went. They expanded for me. But I always come back to you. No matter how far.
You're always welcome.
Yeah.
You're always ready to lead your next challenge.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. And so thank you, Coach, everyone else for joining in. For taking time out for this Another Live Run Boundless show. And thank you, family, for joining me for another episode of Live Run Boundless. Living a life beyond the boundary you set on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Until next time.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, guys.
You.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you.